This week on Football Mezzanine, we look back at Arsenal's home win over AC Milan to take them through to the next round of the Europa League. And
hey guys, wait. Hold on. Are you telling me that Arsenal won a match?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep.
You're talking about Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
What the f***? But
Tristan, we good.
Tristan, relax.
Yo,
relax.
they won.
Arsenal have progressed to a quarterfinal for the first time in fuck knows how long.
And guess who scored? Danny Welbeck.
Danny Welbeck.
That guy Welbs.
it's about time.
That guy
you know what? I guess I should be happy for them. It's about time.
It wasn't without controversy though. Wasn't without controversy because the man dived. He's taking a page out of Spurs tactic book, Dele Alli's personal diary.
Oh God, another Spurs rant.
I'm sure you guys wouldn't care.
Another Spurs rant. You're right, Tristan, because that was classic Spurs right there. Danny Welbeck with a classic Dele Alli move, with a perfect dive to fool the stupid UEFA.
I'm sure you
referees.
Scousers wouldn't care if he dived.
It is UEFA.
I'm sure you wouldn't care if he dived during the World Cup final to win you a penalty streaker.
Okay, dude. I honestly don't know who I'm supporting at the World Cup because it could either go to England because I love Adam Lallana, but it could also go to Egypt because I love Mo Salah.
Okay. What about Uruguay?
Getting back to the Arsenal game, Milan scoring first at the Emirates.
Hakan Calhanoglu.
Giving a bit of intensity to Arsenal.
Oh yeah, it was.
Thank God you said that name. I couldn't.
Tristan, have you gotten over it yet? You good?
Shut up.
No,
yeah.
I'm fine. I'm happy for Arsenal to progress. It's the fucking Europa League.
I was pretty happy.
It's just a shock.
Not really.
Okay,
it's not
a shock. Okay, I guess what you mean. They were coming off a 3-game losing streak. What you mean, but
they actually were coming back on a 2-game winning streak, but yeah, because they won
that's true. They had been on a little bit of an upturn.
They pretty much lost the game, I think, except the first few minutes of the first half. Yeah, they were pretty good, and they look like they're looking set for another 5-game winning streak before they lose again, and then Wenger comes out again.
Wenger.
I agree, Shrikar.
I want to see that happen.
Yeah, I found both sides actually played pretty well that game. If you look at it, they both got a lot of opportunities, a lot of shots. I mean, a lot of block shots or misses, but a lot of opportunities. That Danny Welbeck dive, though, I can't believe. I think that ref had a pretty bad game for calling.
FA haven't taken retrospective action on Welbeck. What the fuck?
That was such a dive.
Wait, can the English FA even take action in a European game?
I think so. Admitted, I looked at this 2 minutes ago on Reddit. I don't remember what the exact situation was because I didn't bother to read the actual article.
Remember seeing that too, though. The FA didn't take action. I remember seeing that headline, but I'm like, wait, can the FA even take action if it's not like a Premier League or FA Cup game?
I think they can because it's Arsenal FC, which is an English-based team, which is part of the FA's hierarchy, I guess. But I'm not sure either.
Maybe they just have pity for Arsenal.
But what a cunt.
Yeah, Shrikar has something against divers.
I hate
just like Spurs, right, Shrikar?
Don't forget, you had Luis Suarez once, Shrikar. You guys had Luis Suarez in your
Suarez
club.
Never dived. Suarez was a
quote of the day.
He never dived.
He just
bit. He bit.
Quote of the day. Luis Suarez never dived. Shrikar Kovali, 2018. Okay, definitely quoting that one, Shrikar.
Suarez never dived, okay? Especially in that 13-14 season. Okay, he might have dived before, but that one season he never dived.
Okay, I'm gonna find a dive.
You can look back at it. I don't think he dived. I'm fairly sure. Tristan's stat attack for next podcast.
Talk about short memories.
Tell me if Suarez dived that season or not.
That was a big turnaround, though. It's kind of like a pivotal point when when Welbeck got that penalty shot, because it
was such a crucial moment in the game too. Because if they didn't have the penalty, Milan had the momentum going into
I could have seen Arsenal crumbling after that but Danny Welbeck pulling a genius move which revived his team. Good for him. Good for Arsenal.
And it was such a clear dive too. Like there was no contact.
I can't believe the
whatsoever.
I'm
ref
surprised the ref
behind
gave it
the
to
goal. I can't believe the ref behind the goal missed it. Like that's ridiculous.
Oh my god, that fucking cunt. Like I was looking at the game, I was watching it on A stream, like BT. I was like, the referee's right there. Like what? You had one job, ref. I don't know your name, but like
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Yeah, there were some other bad calls he did too. I thought I remember something about a yellow card. He gave it to someone.
Yeah. I remember that too.
Yeah.
Like, that was not a fucking yellow card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one yellow card too, guys.
Don't worry, it wasn't that great. Arsenal won, so.
The goal by Xhaka on Donnarumma,
Okay,
that was a
that
weak
was-
one.
Donnarumma, baby, what are you doing?
Oh, that was so weak on him. I mean, to be fair though, it did take a weird bounce.
Yeah.
No, that's
But still,
that's not,
like you're
that's
one of
goalkeeping
like
error.
you're tipped as Italy's next national team goalkeeper.
I mean, okay, everyone's allowed to make mistakes. He doesn't make them
Okay,
too
yeah, I
often.
agree
to
with
be
that,
fair
but,
to
like,
him, he's really
He
still-
played
young
well.
still.
He played well otherwise. Made a lot of nice saves, but
No,
that
yeah,
one
of
that one
course.
was weak.
Yeah,
And
but
going back to Liverpool, my Liverpool stat of the week. It was similar to that goal that I think Xhaka scored against Mignolet in that 3-3 draw at Emirates.
are you saying
January.
Mignolet conceded a bad goal? You're saying
Dude,
Mignolet made a
Fuck,
goalkeeping
Mignolet is
mistake?
such a fucking good keeper. I wish
Anyway.
he stays forever. I'm fucking kidding. Fuck Mignolet.
Jesus Christ!
He's got a new agent. He's moving on this summer.
Are you sure he's not
fired
getting
his
a
old
lifetime
agent.
contract? No lifetime
man,
contract for him.
I'm sorry. I think it's gonna be Lourdes Karius from now.
This
Loris
isn't
Karius.
Arsenal, Ansh. They don't just give lifetime contracts to anyone.
Well, Arsenal don't give lifetime contracts. They just give 2-year contracts for the duration of your lifetime. So it's never actually a lifetime contract.
But it's still
don't make that
a
mistake.
lifetime contract.
Yeah.
Dude,
you're
watch
right.
Wenger sign a
Anyway.
new contract. I freaking swear to God.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Moving
No.
on to the Liverpool game.
I think you were saying something about the pyramids being built in Mohamed Salah's
Dude.
honor outside Anfield streetcar.
Salah, what a
I am down.
What a bargain. What a steal. You absolute bearded magician. Oh my God.
Wow.
That
He-
godly left foot.
Dude,
Oh,
okay.
Salah.
this season, Salah is up there with Messi and Ronaldo for me. Before people start getting all cranky, this season, like you could compare
This
him
season,
to anyone.
very fair.
Oh, he's
He-
been amazing.
He's been out of this world, dude. I haven't seen a player as good as him in the Premier League since Suarez. In terms of just
And
sheer
Suarez is an absolute
productivity.
beast.
Yeah, just sheer productivity. It's incredible.
Salah, the twinkling feet, the ice cold finish, the Egyptian on fire. 4 goals, 1 assist that game.
4 goals.
He
One
was
like
off.
that's unreal. Figure like
The
where
last
do you
time
rank him?
4 goals were scored in the Liverpool game was Luis Suarez against Norwich City.
You mean 4 goals by one player? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that
Salah.
one player, yeah.
Salah found his Norwich City.
Watford. To be fair, he
Watford.
scored his debut Premier League goal at Vicarage Road in his first game, the 3-3
To
draw
be fair,
against Watford.
cool. This was at Anfield though, wasn't it?
It was at Anfield, yeah, in the snow. It was freezing cold from what I've heard.
Yeah.
I wasn't at the
Dude.
game, obviously, but apparently it was super cold. There was a lot of snow, and it was slippery. So credit to Salah.
What a fantastic day for my fantasy team. Brought me to the top of the league.
Dude. Your fantasy
58
team was
points.
basically Liverpool FC.
Yeah, I had Salah, I had Gomez,
Dude, you had
and I
Van
had
Dijk.
Van Dijk.
I was surprised you brought Van Dijk in.
I had
but,
yeah,
you know,
I brought
props to
Van
you.
Dijk in last week. Yeah, it's been doing pretty well. The Liverpool defense, surprisingly, so good for you
Yeah.
guys, Liverpool fans.
How about that Firmino goal though? Oh, so
What a
beautiful.
goal. His 5th no-look goal of the season.
It wasn't even like no look on top of that. He just kind of like flicked it with his
Technically,
what, like
it
his
was no
back
look.
heel as he runs like around him.
Right,
yeah,
that
it was
one.
like
In the
oh,
air?
It was crazy.
I almost forgot about that one. Just remembering Salah's 4 goals. Jeez, right.
Yeah,
Firmino's
honestly,
been
that was probably
fantastic.
one
To
of
be
the
honest,
nicest
Firmino's
goals.
performance went underrated. Firmino and Mane were on fire that game.
Yep,
Just the
Mane
way
too.
they set up that midfield.
Your
It was
entire
insane.
team's on fire recently, and it's really scaring me for the Champions League streetcar.
Dude, that ball by Andrew Robertson for Salah's, I think, 2nd goal. Oh my God, I
Yeah.
haven't seen that better left back at Liverpool in ages.
Are you sure?
To be
Didn't
fair,
you
James
guys have-
Milner was really good. But
Dude, I don't know. I'd rank Alberto Moreno above all your left backs.
to be fair, Moreno wasn't doing bad before Robertson came into the team.
Moreno is more rash than Luis Suarez when he sees Chiellini.
Dude, we should just turn Moreno into a winger. Like, I don't know why he's playing left back. He's fast.
Uh,
That's how I play him
I
on
don't
FIFA
know.
too.
I'd play him instead of Mane or Salah.
Wait, instead, I just sub like once I'm I'm out of pace for Mane, I just sub him on the left.
No, yeah, I was joking. Yeah, true. That could work.
Yeah, but dude, 5-0. What a game.
Liverpool are just on fire, and they just seem to be getting more defensively solid as the season goes on. Van Dijk is pretty much settling well. And as long as Klopp doesn't decide to just play Lovren in like random games, random big important games, then I think you guys should be fine. But I don't know. You keep saying
no, I still
Lovren
keep
is better.
I still keep insisting on Lovren. Like, I know Lovren's made a lot of mistakes before, but I think there's something in him that is better than Matip on his day. But he just has to find his day, which is a little bit like it shouldn't happen for a player who's playing in the top flight for a big team. But still, I think Lovren has a ceiling.
I just want to make reference, though, that in the past 5 games, Watford hasn't scored a single goal, so we should keep that in mind.
True. Yeah.
They've been 5-0, 3-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-0.
I think they're
The
still
3-0
like.
was against Arsenal.
In fact, actually, if you accept the Chelsea game, you can throw 3 more games after that where they still didn't get a goal.
Yeah, but Chelsea are an easy game, so you can make sense.
Oh,
It makes sense
my
that they
God.
scored 4 goals. Sorry, Tristan.
So much hurt.
Yeah, so that was just unreal from Salah. and
28
Liverpool.
goals. He's 1 goal behind the race for the Golden Boot. With Ronaldo, credit to him, climbing back up.
You mean the European Golden Boot, like that one?
The European Golden Boot, not the English Golden Boot.
Oh, yeah, man, he's crazy.
Ronaldo's at 37 now, which is fucking ridiculous for what he was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
because everyone was like, "Oh, Ronaldo's done. His career's over."
Yeah, I said that too. I thought he was finished, but 18 goals in 13 games in 2018. Man,
Jesus.
He really had his New Year's resolutions right.
Vodafone better prepare to get their phone plans berated because Salah signed this like an ad contract with Vodafone, where Vodafone Egypt is giving out 11 minutes for every goal Salah scores from now
God, are you
on
serious?
for their customers. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So yeah, Vodafone, prepare your anuses because.
Holy. Okay. Wow.
Well, by anuses I mean your network, because you're not going to be able to stand. Like.
Oh, I thought you meant their literal anuses. Okay, thanks for clearing that up.
Also true, like their company can fucking go bankrupt at this rate.
Just get ready to bite the pillow.
Okay. Anyway, any last thoughts on Salah, the Egyptian god, before we move on, Shrikar? We'll leave this to you.
37, okay, the price figure has been like varying by source, but it's somewhere in between 35 to 40 million pounds, and that's an absolute steal.
Yeah,
absolute
for
steal.
sure. In this market, of course it is. Yeah,
I
think his current valuation is probably higher than Coutinho's, which we sold him to Barca for, which was 142 million.
His what is higher than Coutinho?
His current valuation, like
his current valuation.
Like,
That's
I think it's right
true.
up there.
Yeah, it's probably true. But I mean, you gotta give Coutinho time to settle.
I don't think we're gonna lose him this summer, regardless of what happens.
I think he's really settled. Yeah, I think he really.
Yeah,
enjoys
no,
it
he's
that way.
staying. I don't think he's leaving.
Mm-hmm.
If he has the same season next season, I can see him maybe moving to Madrid or Barca.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I don't think he's leaving this summer. It's not gonna happen.
Because he wants to win trophies, obviously. And he's obviously not gonna do that at Liverpool.
Right. And he won't leave after 1 year.
Oh shit, that was supposed to be a roast.
Because to be
you
fair,
just
we
took
did
it in
give
your
him the
stride.
chance to flourish in our attacking trio.
Dude, I was like roasting you. We just like took it in your stride. Isn't that sad?
He's used to it by now.
That's sad. Do you think Liverpool will win a trophy in the next 2 years?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, which?
A big one. It could be this season. You never know.
Champions League?
You guys might win the English Cup.
Are you guys still
The
in?
English
No.
Cup, which
what?
one?
The
Which
Carabao Cup.
You guys what?
The Carabao
Dude,
Cup?
Man
Wow.
City have already won that.
No, not this year.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
okay.
maybe in the
next
next 2 years. That would be the closest thing.
Really?
Nah, dude.
Interesting.
I think it's just too competitive.
5 times, mate. They've won the European Cup 5 times.
Yeah, but that's also not the same team.
No, I know, I'm joking. It's just a saying. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the FA Cup, the crown jewel of English football.
United versus Brighton. That at least a recovery game for United. They needed that. Nice clinical,
was it a recovery
easy
game,
finish.
or was it Mourinho's?
Mourinho absolutely bashing his players again in the press conference. He kind of
so glad
almost,
Liverpool have Klopp.
He had to have like an encore of that 12-minute rant he had, right? He had to he couldn't just like leave that.
First he fucking kills United after the Sevilla game. Then after you win against Brighton 2-0 in the FA Cup, you fucking come out and kill your team again.
Hey, Shrikar,
what is up, mate?
Shrikar, speaking of anuses, Luke Shaw's...
Wow.
Oh, man.
Rated him,
some
took him
players
off
have
at
come
what,
out
half?
and said that Mourinho has been bullying Luke Shaw.
Yeah, I saw that too.
His treatment of Luke Shaw has been ridiculous.
Man, I hope he leaves. His confidence must be like so low right now.
Oh,
I can't believe it.
He should go back to
hate to be Luke
Southampton.
Shaw.
Yeah, I'd hate to be a
Or
player.
even some other team, some other league. Like, it's not worth it having, like, a manager, like, put you on the line every single week. Because if you look at other managers like Pep, like Klopp, they take responsibility for defeat. They never blame it on a single player. I don't know if you've noticed this with the press conferences.
In the press, they do, but I'm sure they
in the
work
press,
on it
they never blame a player for, like, Klopp. Lovren has made so many mistakes over his career, but there's not been a single time where Klopp has singled out a player on the pitch for getting a bad
totally
performance.
agree with that. Like,
because you don't do it in front of the public. You do it in the like behind closed doors.
Especially in today's world, Mourinho should like know that he's a manager who needs to learn that. Like that.
Right. It's not the
social
same
media
thing that
kills
happened
players.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says he's taking his chances, like it's a gamble, but he's taking his chances. And honestly, I've seen rarely that it turns around players. If anything, I find it's just more harmful. Not to mention,
I get it. Like even before, like Gerrard's favorite player, like Gerrard's favorite manager is Mourinho because of I guess the provocation that Mourinho gives to his players.
Gerrard never
like in one of
played
the
under
interviews
Mourinho
with
though.
BT, Terry said that when he was on the massage table injured, Mourinho used to like walk by him and not even say a word to him, even though he was the club captain. And that's his way of managing, where he goes aggressive against the players.
Did you say Gerrard's favorite player is Mourinho?
Gerrard's favorite manager is Mourinho.
Sorry, manager, yeah. But I mean, Gerrard's never played under him, so you can't even say
I know,
that.
but
Chelsea
he
almost
always
bought him
wanted
though.
to.
Very, very close.
Okay, yeah, but it didn't happen.
Gerrard's favorite manager who he hasn't
like,
played
I'm sure
for,
from
let's
the
put it that
outside,
way.
it's easy to say, yeah, he's a fantastic manager.
No, Gerrard's
but-
come out and said that before. Like, Mourinho was the one manager he'd like to have played under. Because Mourinho bid for him when he was at Chelsea, when he was at Real, and when he was at Inter.
I know that, but I mean, you can't say his favorite manager is Mourinho, but like
No,
he
his
never
favorite
played under
manager
him.
that
so-
he would have liked to played for.
Huh. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure after he played under him, it would have been a little bit different. Like even
Maybe. You never
Maybe,
know.
maybe
wouldn't
not.
have been
Mourinho
negative.
also gets along really well with certain players.
he does.
Yeah.
Like I'm
but
not saying
Terry,
it would have been
Terry,
negative.
for the fact, the club captain, he used to get off, not get off in the sense that getting off, but like he used to.
Thank you.
Yeah, but like Terry used to say that he used to always fight to impress Mourinho, and Mourinho never used to be impressed, which helped him reach his ceiling as a player. So I get in the sense that what Mourinho is trying to do, but I think it's a bit of an ancient tactic now. With
but
how
there's different
players are
ways of
evolving
doing
and
that though.
maturing in the current age.
Shika, there's different ways of doing that because you could definitely make the same argument about Pep Guardiola. Like he's definitely never like satisfied with his players' performances. He always wants more.
Right.
But he's not gonna like ignore you if you're obviously struggling. He's gonna help you. He's gonna come up to you and directly tell you what you're doing wrong and what you can like improve on. He's not gonna go out and like roast you in the media and just let you work your way through it. That's the difference between them, in my opinion.
The way I see it is there's time and places for either ignoring, roasting, or giving compliments. Players who generally have a lot of confidence, you don't really want to compliment too much because their head's already pretty damn big, so you don't need to make it that much bigger. Players who have less confidence or are struggling, that's when, you know what, you want to tell them, give them constructive criticism. Sometimes you need to yell at them because it gets into their head, but at times also you need to compliment them, be like, you know what, like you had a good job, this was a step forward into the right direction. And I mean, sometimes it's just time. Players will all go through ruts. And as we saw with recently going into the next game, without getting too detailed, like Murata kind of has at least scored one and played a good game. So they can get out of it and bring it back. It's just when you continually roast them, especially in front of the public, that it just does not bode well for the player.
It gets to
Yeah.
Not to mention the team atmosphere as well. Then everyone's wondering when and who is the next player that's going to get roasted in front of the media. It's
the
just
infamous Mourinho second season.
it's bad team morale.
Yeah, you mean third season, Sugar. Second season's usually
Third season. My bad.
But yeah, you're completely right, Tristan. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But I mean, man's won everything he can, so I mean, you can't really roast him too much, right?
Yeah, you can't like. That's the one thing. Like wherever he's gone, he's won trophies. So like, is his method right or are we wrong?
I think it's
a short term. It's a short term method.
Yeah,
man,
I agree.
Results.
It's a short term method. That's fair.
You get the trophies, but at the same time, you're going to burn the bridges on your team, and that's why he always has issues. He had issues with Chelsea when he left, with the players, same thing with Real Madrid, and honestly, Man U is going to be the same thing. He's already having issues with Pogba, which is tough because now it's your big star. You can't really get rid of a guy you spent that much money on, nor can you really get rid of the manager, so the only way is they have to deal with it.
No,
I think
it's
honestly,
not the 60s where the manager is like the team. It's the player who's more, like it or not, it is the player who's more in, because when the manager is sacked, the player still stays at the club, right?
And honestly, it's, what was I going to say? I lost track. Shrikar, go on.
Right, so like it's not like back in the day where the managers had the ultimate power and they were regarded as like, and that is one thing that I see in this Liverpool team where Klopp is irreplaceable for me. Where he is the superstar of the team. He's not, like, no other player compares to Klopp for Liverpool.
Right.
Like, he is the superstar of our team. Like, let's say, I think same with City.
Doesn't that contradict your point, though?
Why?
Because you just said that the managers aren't the ones that are, like,
the
irreplaceable
but
or
like
have the power.
certain teams, like, certain managers have that aura around them, which makes them not bigger than the team, but, like, bigger than the individual players at the club.
See, I feel
I think Pep is doing that at City.
I feel if Mourinho had better like individual management skills with like his players, he was able to better I think that's his biggest flaw. But if he was better able to interact with the people and manage them, their personalities, and not get them so damn pissed off all the time, I think he would be irreplaceable at that point. Everyone would want to play for him. He wouldn't have too many like team issues, and he gets all of the actual trophies as well.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't really adjust one trait of a person and keep everything else the same. I'm sure that ties into everything else that he's worked on as a manager.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think also Man United. I think Man United knew what they were getting.
Is the superstar of United, like Klopp is the superstar for Liverpool and Pep is the superstar for City.
You also have to look at how much Man U has spent on players versus Liverpool as well. So like it makes sense what you're saying. It's understandable though.
But look at the amount City have spent, and yet Pep is still their star.
That's just because it's Pep, not any other manager. But yeah.
Yeah.
Like when it was Pellegrini, it wasn't Pellegrini in charge, right? But what I was trying to say is, Man U, they knew what was coming. Like in the back of their heads, I'm sure they knew that this always ends up happening with Mourinho. But at that time, when they replaced Louis van Gaal, they really needed success. They were like hungry.
I'm not questioning United's
after I think 3 years without anything, they were like, we need to win something now, right? And they're like, okay, Mourinho is available. We can either go for him and finally get back sort of on a trophy-winning track, or we can try to look for the perfect
Ansh
manager.
Available at the same time, or was he not?
I'm not sure. I'm sure they tried if he was, but anyway, like they were like wondering, like, okay, like we could try to get back on the trophy trail, or we could try to search for the perfect manager, right? And it seems like it's kind of coming back to bite them at a bad time, because he just signed a new contract and stuff is looking pretty sour now. But like this is football. Opinions can change pretty quickly. Like next week we could be saying he's back on track. He's gonna have a great season.
And we said his tactical masterclass against Liverpool. Like we were praising the fuck out of him.
Literally, that's the difference these days. Like football changes opinions really quickly. So I wouldn't like this is just us talking this episode, but I still think it's kind of coming back to bite them. We're not questioning
his quality as a manager. We're just questioning his style.
You know what? Let's save some of this conversation for later on when we touch the topic of the rant or slash speech kind of things, and let's move on to the Chelsea FA Cup.
Yeah, good point.
I didn't watch the game. Tristan, over to you.
They played well. They played well against Leicester. They had I liked their press. I found they did kind of like when they played Man City. Man City had like a high pressure press on them. I think they kind of did the same thing to Leicester, which was nice to see them implement it. Morata was back on form. He played well. And like it makes a huge
I
difference
saw
in the
his
game.
goal. It was really good.
Yeah, it makes a complete difference in the game. He had a couple of chances where it was really close or he could have done well. Yeah, that goal he did beautifully. And when Chelsea has a striker up front that they can rely on, they're a completely different side. And this season, I think, has been proof of they just haven't been able to have that up front man, and then their season suffered as a result of it. But they played well. Conte, as usual, amazing. Had a great pass there to Pedro. It was absolutely beautiful. His cross right into him in the box. And Pedro, I mean, I don't know how he got up on the header compared to the other guys, but it was mistiming by Schmeichel, the goalie there, so that worked out well.
That was
and
poor.
Then Willian, of course, had a great game too. I mean, beautiful feed right to Murata. He's been great. I think probably one of the best players of the season. But overall, great game. I was very happy with it.
Yeah, I think
Tristan,
they started well.
Back? Did Vardy score first?
No, it was a 1-1, and then it went to extra time. Vardy scored.
Yeah,
in
it was
the last
Murata,
10 minutes.
Vardy, and then it went Pedro in
it was Murata
overtime.
then Vardy. Okay, so
Yeah,
you went
time.
1-0 down. Okay.
Yeah, it was 1-0, 1-1, and then in the extra they got
in the second half,
Okay.
you guys were playing well in the first half, and in the second half, I thought you guys were kind of dropping back again. Like, you didn't look too high on confidence. And I'm like, this doesn't look too good. And then when Vardy scored, I thought Leicester were going to take it, because you guys really seemed down after that whole, the Barca defeat, and your players looked tired, and I thought it could be turned around, but credit to them. Like, they fought back, and they stayed in it.
Leicester
and
were
now
home
they're,
as well.
Yeah, Leicester were home. So
yeah, Leicester's not an easy team either. So
yeah, that was
you know
a difficult game, and you guys pulled through. So credit to you guys, and you're in the semifinals
Tristan,
now. You could.
I have a question for you. Do you think Conte is going to stay next season?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. He doesn't seem like the player to
Wait,
really
he
want
means
to
the
push.
manager. He means the manager.
Oh, wait, the manager.
Conte.
Oh, the manager.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, okay. Oh, no, definitely
Yeah.
not. Definitely not.
No?
And so, yeah, there's a couple of factors of that. One, Hazard and him don't see eye to eye, so if they want to keep Hazard, then he's got to go. I have a feeling that Hazard's going to be gone, but even then, I think that they're not happy with how he has publicly criticized the board consistently and the club consistently in the transfers that they've done.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're happy with that. Not to mention he himself, I think it's going to be a mutual where he also wants to leave because he's missing his family. Because he's missing Italy a lot. I think he wants to go back to Italy. That said, I don't think he's going to end up in Italy. I feel like he's going to end up at probably PSG most likely. Although the Italy job also is up for grabs. But either way, I don't think he's going to be back for the next season.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. I don't see him staying.
The problem comes in to replacing him. And then who can you replace him with? Enrique, apparently they're trying to get.
Mourinho.
I heard that today.
Mourinho.
But I also heard Enrique is waiting for Arsene Wenger to leave his job because he wants the Arsenal job over Chelsea.
Really?
Man.
Oh, see, I heard Chelsea he was good for, and they were good for, but the problem was he was trying to get paid as much as he did at Barca, which was something ridiculous.
Yeah, probably.
Ridiculous amount more than what they're paying Conte at the moment. And then Chelsea's always been financially aware of themselves, so they obviously don't want to pay that.
Right.
So if
I don't know,
he's not on the
fuck,
table,
dude.
there's Ancelotti.
It's still pretty up in the
bring
air.
back, but I honestly don't know who they'll get.
But I don't know if Ancelotti is going to be open for a return. Do you guys get Ranieri? I think that'd be an interesting
they already had him.
managerial change.
Isn't Ranieri managing someone right now? He's like in the French league, I think.
He's managing Nantes in the Ligue 1.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
France.
he is.
I think
So-
another option they were trying to get is Sarri, the Napoli coach.
Yeah.
Sexism, goals.
Hey, I mean, it didn't stop Chelsea in the past with Mourinho and the doctor.
Did you just say goals?
Oh, no, I didn't. Anyway. Wow, that's gonna be cut out anyway.
Yeah, that's ending.
Yeah, let's just cut
Anyway.
that instead, you know?
Okay, stop talking. More cutting for me to do. Anyway.
And
This
then,
is not going to get cut.
Stop talking.
So I guess we should go on to, depending on how you look at it, either the Mourinho rant or the Mourinho speech. Personally, I thought of it more of a actually well-put speech, but what'd you guys think? Did you have time to see it? And if so, what'd you think about it?
So in 7 years, with 4 different managers, once not qualified for Europe, twice out in the group phase, and the best was a quarterfinal. This is football heritage. In the last 7 years, the worst position of Manchester City in the Premier League was 4th. In the last 7 years, Manchester City was champion twice, and if you want to say 3 times, because they will be in one more week, 2, 3 or 4, and they were second twice. That's heritage. Do you know what is also heritage? Is that Otamendi, Kevin De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Silva, Sterling, Aguero, they are investments from the past. Not from the last 2 years, from the past. Do you know where are many of United players that left the club last season? See where they play. Where they play, how they play, if they play. That's football heritage. And the good thing for me and the amazing feeling for me is that I am exactly in the same page as the owners, as Mr. Woodward, as Mr. Arnold. We are exactly in the same page. We agree in everything. We know that we have a process. We agree in the investments. We agree that we have what we have. The investments we are going to do are going to be progressively, season after season. We need more than the investments. We need also the time. We are exactly in the same page. So life is good. I have an amazing job to do. I could be in another country with a league in the pocket, the kind of league that you win even before the league starts. I could be, I'm not, I'm here. I'm here and I'm going to be here. And no way I'm going to change my mentality. For me, you know, I don't know if you know the expression. I don't know if the translation to English makes you understand, but there is a quote that I like, which is something like, in every wall is a door. You know, every wall is a door. You know, I'm not going to run away. I'm not going to disappear. I'm not going to cry because I heard a few boos. I'm not going to disappear from the tunnel running immediately. The next match, I will be the first to go out. You know, I respect the fans. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of my responsibilities. When I was 20 years old, I was nobody in football. I was somebody's son. What I was, with a lot of pride, when I was 20 years old, I was somebody's son. You know, and now, with 55, I am what I am. I did what I did because of work, because of my talent, and because of my mentality. So, you know, they can be together. You know, I understand that for many years was really, really hard for the people that doesn't like me. Here he is again. Here he wins again. Here he is again. Here he wins again. So for 10 months, I win nothing. For 10 months, I win nothing. The last title that I won was 10 months ago. You know, I beat Liverpool, I beat Chelsea, I lose against Sevilla, and now is the moment to be happy.
I think it was
I have a difficult
parts.
time like coming up with like an initial opinion on it, because it was like one of the first times I've heard Mourinho speak in a very logical manner, that he completely like thought out and doesn't just like blurt out. I don't know. I don't have like an initial positive or negative reaction to it.
Okay, so as you guys just heard, there was he'd mentioned a bit of the stats prior to him being there, and then him there. He's trying to make the point across that he obviously did better as a result than the previous managers in the Champions League, and also in the season as well. So I thought it was very logically well laid out as he explained it, and he was also really wanting to make reference to that he's building the team, that he didn't have the team already built up, and he's in the process of building them and getting them better. And to a degree, I can understand that. There's a lot of new players, and it does take time for your players to get to know each other, to get better as a result, right? And then, whereas with Man City, he made reference to was that a lot of their players were bought prior to Pep Guardiola coming in within the past bit, and even then, if you look at their seasons, they've done much better than Man U. So he was just essentially doing a comparison of everything, the stats between him and Man City, and also him currently with the team in Champions League and the season to prior. And I thought it was all very well laid out, and that he did a good job of explaining everything. The problem is that it comes down to the big game in Sevilla. You still have to come up for it, especially with the amount of millions that
I think
Man U has put into it.
I find it hard to disagree with him, but I still sort of disagree with him because he kind of took this whole situation of losing to Sevilla in a terrible performance. Like, the performance didn't have to do with him not having 7 years. It was to do with on the day they weren't performing to how they could perform, and he kind of just created a PowerPoint for the media saying, look, they've been terrible for these past 7 years. It was like he was presented to the board or something, asking to keep his job.
It was like he's still Chelsea manager. Like, do you realize you're Manchester United manager right now and not Chelsea manager?
I agree with his points. His points are valid, but
that's not what a manager is supposed to say. You're the fucking Manchester United manager. You can't go out and attack your club.
He can say whatever he wants because
of how bad you perform.
Well, here's the thing. He didn't technically really he kind of attacked, but not really. He was making the point that prior to him, they didn't do well in either the Champions League and the seasons. They've done better with him in the season. I mean, last year was kind of a little bit of a rough, but this year they're second. They won the Europa. Now they went to the 16 in the Champions. Like, they're slowly progressing, so he's building them up. And it's a lot of new players as well, so that he's trying to build them all together. It takes a bit of time to build that chemistry. And to be fair to him, I said this last time when we were covering it in one of the other podcasts, that it was less him in that game, and it was more the players' fault. Honestly, they didn't come to play. And there's only so much prep you can do. If your team does not show up, they can easily lose to a Sevilla who's a good squad. So a lot of the media is putting this on him, and I can understand why he's getting defensive. But at the same time, though, with the amount of money that is put into the squad, the fans expect certain things.
It's not on the players for that game.
I'm leaning towards Tristan's side here. No, I think it is in this case. Okay, but
because
look at the players though, Shrikar. Look at you brought this up earlier when you said they just seem like a bunch of players strung together with no chemistry.
Yeah,
but I mean, I think the reason for that is that they are. But the reason for that no chemistry yet is because they've only been strung together like this season, literally. You know. Like most of the players.
That's not an excuse to lose against Sevilla at home.
It's not an excuse, but
it's not an excuse, but it is a point to take note because, again, I mean, a squad who doesn't have as much chemistry with a squad, say, that does, they can easily lose to them. Sevilla's a good squad as well. They're not like a poor team. They would be an upper team in the Premier League as well.
But they're nowhere near quarterfinals level, which they've reached right now. No, I don't agree.
I don't necessarily disagree with quarterfinals. It depends, obviously, on who you face. Like, if they're in a tough group stage, then sure. But I think, or not quarter. Sorry, round of 16. They're a good squad, and you know what? It can go either way if a team doesn't play too well. I think that's just what happened.
We scored 3 against Sevilla away. Like, Manchester United can easily score at home against Sevilla.
I agree.
Liverpool 2-1 at the weekend.
It's almost like both points are valid. You know, Shrikar? Your point is valid, but also the point that they haven't had enough time to be a very dominant force yet is also valid.
Look,
but I think it's entirely down to Mourinho's setup of that game because
no, it's not even that game.
It was negative from the start. Like, why are you going away to Sevilla and not attacking? Like, what the fuck, Mourinho?
I agree with that completely. It's a valid point because literally the reason Chelsea didn't get bashed for losing 3-0 is because they had to go and they played well.
Exactly.
Whereas this United team, they didn't have a go, and they
Actually,
rightly
against-
Well,
got
look at the
bashed because
quality
of
of
that.
Sevilla versus Barcelona.
Right.
Barca, I would have rather them Chelsea go on the counter strike. Honestly, play more defensive like they did in the first game. I think it would have worked better. But in the case of Man U, Sevilla, Man U has such more attacking power that
Look at Man
they
U's
should have
players.
went for.
Sevilla's players are unknown. They're unknown players. For people who haven't watched the game carefully enough, they're unknown.
Okay, but that's not a great argument. They're still a very cohesive
Okay, that's not a
quality
great
La
argument,
Liga
but
team.
look at, you're Manchester United. You're going away in Europe with City and Liverpool having twatted two sides that have
Okay,
European pedigree.
You're
away.
making Mourinho's argument now. You're just comparing to other teams. Like, stay away from that and actually compare what happened with this team specifically.
I agree,
and-
Shrikar. The amount of money they spent, they should have won. The amount of attacking force, they should have won.
Okay,
The amount of
Because
quality
think
on the
about it,
team
if they
and
reach
the
the
manager, they
quarterfinals
should have
and
You
won.
they
could
don't
say
reach
that-
the semifinals,
You could
no
say
one's
that
gonna
about
bat
City.
an
What
eyelid 'cause
you
they
could say that
know.
about City last season, dude. They went out in the round of 16 to like a team of youngsters from Monaco. The amount of money they spent, they should have easily gone through. But look where they are now, right?
And
But
I
that
look
was
at,
Pep's first season. This is Mourinho's second season.
yeah, but I still look at it this way: if a team has a bad game on one, especially in the Champions League, it can be the end of them, and that's what it was. They had a bad game, unfortunately.
But that was two bad games. That was not one bad game.
What do you mean two?
You have to plan two legs. You can't.
Okay, you know
just-
what? I agree with that. Like they've been having good results, but they haven't been having good performances. I'd say like pretty much all season.
Didn't they top their group in the Champions League?
They did, but I'm saying like they've been having good
yeah.
results, but it's like okay, what would you say like United's player of the season is? And I can't pinpoint one because they have like
De Gea.
patches of good form.
Rashford or Lingard are my choices.
De Gea, yeah, they're
Oh,
going.
De
Fuck
Gea.
Rashford,
You know
fuck
what? Yeah, De
Lingard.
Gea actually.
But literally, it's because
Which is a testament to
don't-
the fact
they
that
don't
how
have-
poor United are. If your goalkeepers, your freaking player of the year for 4 seasons running, there's a problem with the club.
They seem like a team without an identity, though, without team chemistry. Without
yeah, I agree with that.
kind
And I
of-
think it's because Mourinho's that kind of manager where he prefers the results over performances, and it's not doing the players any favor.
And it backfired
And
this
over
time.
the long term, it catches up with you. So I don't know if he is the man for the long term project like he
And
says
maybe
he
that's
is.
why he only has 3 seasons at a club.
That is why. That is literally why.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that point.
But the thing is, I also agree with Mourinho's points, and I don't really, like, I can't really
No, I get what you
counteract his
mean.
points. So like, it's kind of difficult
I get what you mean.
because maybe
It's
next season
difficult,
with
I
these
agree,
group of
but-
players, they could be doing a lot better, and then he would be proven
if
right.
he stays
right.
next season, if he doesn't lose this
He's staying.
Oh, he's staying. Yeah, he's definitely staying.
No, he's
He's
staying,
not
but
leaving.
for how long?
For another season, at least. I'm not sure. To be honest, actually, I would probably, the way things
I
go, I
put
would
my
give him
money
one
on
more
him
season.
leaving halfway through the season.
I'd give him one more season next.
Oh
season.
no, yeah, I probably think next season is probably his last season.
Also depends
The
on
way
his
he
opinion
does
of
if he
the
doesn't do
players
well.
still. Well, I guess
But-
that's enough of Mourinho bashing. Man United still have a chance for the FA Cup, which is
Yeah, screw that.
good.
They're playing
I
Tottenham.
guess
They're playing Tottenham at home.
they are playing Spurs.
So
Yeah,
another bus.
I think Spurs have got this
I don't know.
because Spurs are out of the Champions League too, so they've got nothing to like reserve their squad for.
Yeah, who cares about that cup? No one cares about that cup, right?
No one cares about the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a tantalizing Champions League draw for the quarterfinals.
Yo, Tristan, who did you draw?
I hate you guys.
5 English teams in the quarterfinals, guys. 5 English teams.
True.
Uh,
One of us is
Hey,
gay.
At least we're in the
screw you. One of you
quarterfinals.
guys is guaranteed not making it on.
it's not a
That
good
is
thing.
true.
no,
And
no,
actually,
no,
that's
no,
probably
no.
a good thing if... Did you look into that rule?
Um,
If you win the Champions League, that it increases the
No,
spots.
it's
I'm
already
pretty sure that's
increased
the case.
spots. We have 4 guaranteed Champions League spots for the next season. So there's no playoff for the 4
But it doesn't add additionally if you win Champions League?
No, like last season, like we played Hoffenheim this season for getting into the group stage of the CL because we finished 4th in the league. That's no longer a thing from this season onward, where in the 4th place team in the top 4 leagues in Europe all have guaranteed CL group stage spots, which means England, I think Italy, Spain, and Germany all have 4 CL spots for the top 4 finishers in the group stage.
If an English team wins the Champions League and they're in the top 4, then it doesn't change anything. But if they're not in the top 4, then it's them plus the top 4.
Then
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
well then, hopefully Spurs drop.
Yeah, that's your only hope at this point.
But at least for looking back to the matchups, we got Barcelona, Roma, Sevilla, Bayern, Juventus, Real Madrid. That's gonna be a big one, and another big one, Liverpool,
Oh my
Man
God.
City.
That's the most exciting one.
UEFA conspiracy, heated
What?
balls.
Wait,
Heated
wait,
balls.
what?
Anyone?
Heated balls?
What are you talking about?
Like they heat the it's a conspiracy where they heat the balls with the teams that they want to draw together. So the people who are picking the draw.
Dude,
can
I honestly
feel
wouldn't
which
be
balls to
surprised.
pick.
UEFA and FIFA are the most corrupt organizations.
Dude, UEFA
It's-
is so corrupt. FIFA is so.
I wouldn't be
corrupt. Like,
surprised.
yeah,
I'm being
agree with
serious.
you
I wouldn't be
completely.
surprised.
Like, oh, let's draw the two English teams because we only want one English team in the freaking quarterfinals.
I don't think that was the case here, but I mean, either
Semifinals.
way, there's some good matchups.
The English teams would get them the most profit in terms of TV, though, wouldn't they? I guess
yeah.
the Spanish clubs would pay them. So
But Barca and Real still get.
Predictions,
Yeah.
guys. Who do you think's gonna win of the matchups?
Barca, Bayern. I don't know about the last two.
I think Barca Bayern. The last two are
I don't even think there's a
still-
point
I'm,
predicting.
I'm still sticking with my pick of Real Madrid winning it.
I don't know, man. Juventus.
Juventus is a
I
good
honestly
team, but
wouldn't
I'm
be
just
surprised
saying,
to
I'm
see
still
Madrid
picking
go
with my
against
pick
Juventus.
that I said a long time ago where Real Madrid was going to win the Champions League this year.
I don't see that happening this year. Nah, I don't see it happening.
3 times in a row.
They are so bad
You guys
defensively
will
this
see.
year, man.
I can see it happening. I
They
don't
they
think it's
come
gonna
up for the big
happen,
games,
but-
and that's
Nah,
Champions
but
League.
they're too weak defensively. In the big games, they're going to be caught out. I think so.
Man City, Liverpool. What do you guys think there? Who's going to win that one?
Initially, I thought the second leg was at Anfield, and I'm like,
I don't
okay,
know.
City, you're done. I was like, okay, we cannot win at Anfield. Anfield is a freaking nightmare for me, dude.
Hey,
I hate
hey,
that
hey.
place. But then I found out the second leg is not at Anfield, and now I think we have a pretty good chance.
So you're saying Liverpool are going to be...
But to be fair, when we knocked out United in the round of 16 of the Europa League, we did not have the first leg at Anfield.
Yeah, that was Man United when they were like under Louis van Gaal, dude. This is City under Pep.
To be fair, yeah.
Yeah, not really a good comparison.
It's gonna be an intense welcome. There's if you look at the Liverpool subreddit, there's already like banners and stuff for the bus welcoming. If you aren't familiar with Liverpool's European history, there's always been a bus welcoming for everything above the quarterfinals. Where
Wow,
there's
so it's been a
pyros and
while,
shit
eh?
Like that. There's
So
gonna be
it's-
people
it's been a
lined
while,
in the
eh?
streets. With no. Dortmund.
That was Europa
2 years
League.
ago.
Oh, that's cute.
Although that was Europa
You
League,
count
I
that as
agree.
a big
I
game?
agree. That was Europa League. Cute. You would kill to beat Dortmund at home.
Not in the Europa League, no. Don't care. Dude, I cannot wait for this game. It's gonna be a firecracker.
I honestly don't. It all depends on how the
It's
first
gonna be a
leg goes.
firecracker, dude. It's gonna be two of the most attacking teams in the world just going at it. It's gonna be so much fun.
All starting April 3rd.
It's so hard to predict.
It's
So hard to
impossible to predict. It could be like 15-16 on aggregate or something, dude.
Like it all depends on how the teams play out on that.
It
day,
literally does.
Because we know both
It's
teams
like,
can beat each other.
if
We've
you-
seen that in the league.
You guys have to have like great advantage at Anfield going into the Etihad. Otherwise,
No,
I don't
think
see
so
you guys.
because we've
winning.
beaten you guys like I think two. Was it a draw last season at the Etihad?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was 1-1 last season.
It was 1-1 at Anfield. I know because Wijnaldum scored that
Oh,
goal
no.
in I
at
think
Anfield. It was
December.
always a win for you guys.
No. I remember. I think.
No, you
oh,
guys
no,
won
no,
at
no.
Anfield last season. You guys won at Anfield this season. And
How do we beat you last season? I don't
last
remember
season,
you-
Wijnaldum with the header, I think.
Oh, was it 1-0? Oh, it was 1-0.
Yeah.
Fuck. What was that at the league? Oh, it was 1-1 at the league with Milner scoring, I think.
I don't know, dude. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was a
But-
draw at Etihad. But I know
Last
like
season.
the season before we beat you 4-1 at the Etihad with Pellegrino in charge.
Pellegrino. Yeah, that's his name.
Dude, whenever I hear Pellegrino,
was
you know that
Pellegrini.
drink
It is,
you get at
yeah.
Pizza Nova called San Pellegrino with the
Fucking
grapefruit?
Mourinho called him Pellegrino.
Yeah, and Marino, that doesn't
No.
surprise
Like
me.
whenever I hear his
Frickin'
name,
guy,
I
like-
immediately go to that drink.
I do
Like-
too.
The
That's why you
grapefruit.
call him Pellegrino, not
Yeah,
Pellegrini.
it's Pellegrino.
No, it's Pellegrini, I'm pretty sure.
I'm fairly sure it's
It is
Pellegrino.
Pellegrini. Are you talking about the drink or the person, dude?
The person.
It's Pellegrini. I can assure
Manuel
you.
Pellegrini, it's Pellegrini.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
I'll take your word. Well, there's something I learned today.
The difference between Pellegrino, and Pellegrini?
Yeah, one's tasty, one's a fucking cunt.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
What did he do to you?
Yeah,
Nothing.
that's a little harsh.
He lost 4-1, so
He was
like,
so
still-
nice. Anyway, you could toss a die and predict the scoreline that way, but
Dude, I don't know,
what do
man.
you?
It's gonna be
what
an
do you-
intense game. It's gonna be such a nice game.
Oh yeah, you know
And
what?
I
want to
think it
get
was the
Shrikars,
draw that no team, like both of like our teams did not want this very draw.
I don't know. There's some magic associated with playing an English team in the Champions League. That's like it's so lit.
Yeah,
the
but
bright
it's
side,
rare. I
one of
wouldn't
you's going
mind
through.
playing you guys in the semifinals, but quarterfinals is a little too early to draw the only other English side, and we're not even playing the second leg at Anfield.
I don't know, man. I'm just looking forward to it.
Right
Yeah,
side, one of
here.
you's going through.
Shevchenko getting.
Who
his
do you think
revenge.
is gonna be Tristan?
Fucking guy.
As a new-
Honestly, Man City.
Really?
You guys have just been 2
No,
and
on
4
paper I have to go for
and
City
playing too
too.
well
Like,
consistently.
on paper, yes, City's gonna. Like, if you look at the teams,
Thing is,
come on.
at Anfield, dude, paper
No, but
goes
it's a
out the
two-leg
window.
tie.
Yeah, but Anfield, you guys could crush us, and that could make
Yeah,
a
but
difference.
Pep's no amateur to the fucking CL. Like,
Dude,
yeah,
no matter
I think
how
Man City's
experienced
been
you
too
are,
informed.
Anfield's atmosphere just kills players. That's what happened to us. That's why we lost to you. We just couldn't control.
Hold on,
ourselves.
I want predictions. I want you both giving predictions.
Okay,
I
wait.
can't
Might
give
be a little
prediction.
early, but
No,
I
let's
can't
do it
give a
earlier.
prediction.
Or let's do it closer to the game, because then form.
Yeah, that's
I
fair,
don't
I guess.
know,
Into
man. Like, it could be,
That's
it
fair.
could be anything. This game,
Yeah.
I honestly can't give you a prediction
Well,
if I wanted to.
we'll get them because at one point we're gonna play them back and make the loser look stupid.
After the
so.
first leg, maybe I could give you a prediction, but before the first leg, there's no way I'm giving you a prediction because
I am
I
we'll
don't
get
know.
it.
hyped,
We'll
dude.
get it in our preview one later
I'm
on.
literally gonna camp
It's
out
a
at work
really hyped game,
and then
though,
just
like-
watch this game. It's gonna be amazing.
So, we should, I guess, move on to telling everyone about our one of our newest things we're probably gonna be implementing.
Football heritage.
Yeah. So we're gonna have essentially probably a standalone episode where we're gonna have it's gonna be This Is Football Heritage, and what's gonna happen is gonna be we're gonna probably do 10 minutes to 30-minute episodes where we're going to cover a very interesting kind of semi-historical topic, which could be we'll release them. We'll give you guys clues later on, but it should hopefully be really interesting. We're going to hopefully try and launch it during the international break, so you guys can look forward to that and keep that in mind. Ansh, I guess anything else you want to mention as far as international break, what we might be doing and stuff?
Boo! International break. Boo!
Yeah. We did actually need that from Shrikar. That's important. Boo, international break.
Also,
we're gonna be
before I
doing-
forget, it's Colo Toure's birthday today, so I guess we have to sing the song. Colo, Colo.
Oh my God.
Colo, 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 Colo Toure. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You
yeah,
sang
yeah,
it,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, 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 Toure. Happy birthday, Colo Toure. Liverpool legend. Yo, Colo. Yo, Colo. You know, give us a call. Our number is not displayed.
Van Dijk and Colo at the back for you guys. I think that's gonna stop
Dude, quality,
City.
quality partnership.
Okay,
Anyway,
let's get back on topic, guys.
We're gonna be doing
So, Ansh,
an episode
yeah,
on
Continue.
VAR during the international break. So look out for that, and it's gonna be related to its use in the World Cup and whether it's viable. So all sorts of stuff like that.
Also, the Dutch
And we're
league
gonna be
is
trying out a bunch
implementing
of-
VAR from next season onward as well.
So
Oh,
look out for that,
interesting.
and we're also going to be doing those interesting topics that Tristan mentioned are going to be part of the This Is Football Heritage segment. Pretty much, it can be a new segment that we do almost with our weekly podcast. So if you guys,
Or standalone episodes as well.
sorry, yeah, that's what I meant. So if you guys want to listen to any specific topics, or if you have any ideas, just let us know in the comments, or you can also send us a message. And I think that's it.
Yep, that
Yeah.
should wrap up this episode for this one. We just reminder, we appreciate all of you guys listening and all of your comments, your likes. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share this with your friends as well. We'd appreciate that as well. Help us get out there. And guys,
I will personally shout out every single comment on this video on the next episode. So please comment.
Yeah, if you want Shrikar's shout out.
You might
go
not
for it.
like it, but if you want the shout out, do comment.
What? Way to discourage them. Wow.
Anyways, I'm Tristan.
I'm Ansh.
And I'm Shrikar.
And thanks, guys, for listening. Peace out.